There are many questions that come up with the third round of stimulus payments. How much would it be? When will we get it? Who can I claim as a dependent? How can I get all the money left in one single instance? All these questions and even more are going to be answered in this video, so stay tuned. Hi there, my name is Jaime Shekaiban. Welcome to my channel, The Foreigner in America, where I teach locals and foreigners everything related to their pockets, the markets, investing, making and keeping your money. So if you like those topics, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that bell so you don't miss any one of my 2 weekly videos. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at The Foreigner in America. And make sure you check out my blog, theforeignerin.america.com. So we got the first stimulus check back in April of 2020 for $1,200. Then we got the second one back in January of this year for just $600. At the end of this video, I will show you how you can get both missed payments at the same time, very quickly and very efficiently. A third stimulus check is already in process. The House already approved it. It's now in the Senate and it's expected to be delivered by March 14th. That's when the unemployment benefits run out. It has to be before March 14th that the president signs that bill and approves it. These are all the questions that people have about the third stimulus check. And I want to go one by one, answering them to the best of my knowledge. So when will we receive the third stimulus check? Everything will be approved before March 14th when we run out of unemployment benefits. The only problem is the IRS is going to be busy processing the tax returns in March and April. So when the president signs the bill, expect a couple of weeks of delay before the payments start going through. How much money? Well, it's $1,400 for singles, $75,000 or less of AGI, adjusted gross income. That's your income minus some of the deductions. For couples, it's $150 or less. You know, like the first time, once your income goes over that, it starts fading out until you reach $98K for singles and $198K for couples. After that, you're not gonna receive anything. What will they take into account? This is a very good question. They will take into account the last tax return. It can be your return from 18, from 19, or your new return that you can file right now, the 2020. Why is this important? Well, because you have the power to play with the returns to your advantage. Let me explain. Let's say you're single and you made $100,000 on 2019 return, but just $50,000 on 2020. If you don't file the taxes and you wait for the stimulus to come, they're gonna take into account 2019, you're $100,000, and you're gonna receive a big fat zero because you're over the 98K. But if you go and hurry up and file the $50,000, you get your tax return, and then when the stimulus payment is ready in April, most likely, they will take into account those $50K and you will receive your full $1,400 payment. You see why this is important? So make sure you file your return early, if that's the case for you, or you wait and file it until May timeframe so you get the stimulus payment the best for you. How do you get your payment? Well, this is easy. Electronic deposit is the easiest to the bank account linked to your last tax return. As I said in other videos, if the bank account is wrong, there is no way you can change it. They won't allow it. So the direct deposit will go to that account, bounce back, allow a couple of weeks, and then you will be sent a physical check. It can even be a physical check or a debit card. If you already have a debit card from the last stimulus, it will not be refilled. You will get a new one. And however you got the first and second payments doesn't guarantee how you will get the third. Who doesn't qualify for a stimulus check? Great question. Any person without a social security number will not qualify for a third stimulus check. But now there are 3 exceptions. 1, adopted children with an ATIN, which is an adoption tax identification number. Those dependents qualify for a check now. Married members of the armed forces. So if one of the 2 owns a social security, because they're in the armed forces, both qualify for a stimulus check. And married couples where one of the 2 does not have a social security before, if you did jointly, you just missed the entire stimulus. Now, the one that has a social will receive its part of the stimulus, and you will just lose the part of the stimulus which corresponds to the person without a social. And the dependents, if it's a family, will get the $1,400 as well. So this is new. And the following question based on this is, will all dependents get the $1,400 payment? And the answer is yes. Very different from before. The first round, it was only $500, age 16 and under. The second round, it was $600, age 16 and under. Now, it's all ages. All dependents under your tax return will receive a $1,400 payment. But the parent or guardian will receive it, not the dependent. The next question, will dead people receive a stimulus check? And this is not a silly question, by the way. But no, if someone passed away January the 1st of this year or before, doesn't qualify for a stimulus payment. But there's one exception. If someone that served in the military passes away, the surviving spouse, even without he or she having a social security number, can receive a stimulus payment for this 3rd round of checks. The problem is with dependents though, and the guardians or parents. If the parents or guardians pass away, the dependent cannot receive the stimulus on its own. So that dependent stimulus will be lost. Next question, can my 3rd stimulus check be taken away by creditors or debtors? And the answer is maybe. The first check was not protected, and the second one was completely protected against banks, child support, alimony, or debt collectors. But this 3rd round, it's not clear whether it will be protected or not. But I assume that it will be just like the second one, where it will be fully protected for you to take your money and no one else can have access to it. And the last and most important question, so stay with me, is this gonna be taxed? And how can I get my missed payments from before? So the answer is no, it's not taxed. But whenever you file your 2020 return, there will be something called Recovery Rebate Tax Credit. And that's a form, a 1040 form. So what that will show you is how much money you were eligible for the first and the second payments. And that's an amount. And then you're gonna be asked to input how much you really got. And the difference, you can just claim it directly as a tax return, as a tax refund. So let me give you an example. You're a single payer and making less than $75,000. You were eligible for $1,200 in the first time, and you didn't get it because the check got lost in the mail. And then the second time in January, you didn't get it because the bank account was wrong and you don't know what happened. So you just lost $1,800. So this form, the recovery tax credit will be $1,800, and you can claim 0 because you didn't get anything. So you will receive $1,800 automatically refunded as a tax return, plus whatever it is that you're gonna get as a tax return because of your income. So this is beautiful. The only exception here is people that go over the adjusted gross income. So if you're making more than $98,000 as a single or $198,000 as a couple, then there's no way in heaven you're gonna get a single cent from the government. But rather than that particular exception, people with no social securities, missed checks, banks that went wrong, process that went wrong, debit cards that got lost, everything that you can think about goes into this recovery rebate tax credit, and you can claim your money. Now let me give you my insight for this topic. Stimulus payments are just a cherry on the cake. We need to make our due diligence and find ourselves new jobs, make our businesses thrive through social media and good marketing, hire good people, take care of our customers, and most important, take care of your money. So just follow my advice in this channel and you will make it through these hard times. If you like my video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any one of my 2 weekly videos. And until then, I'll see you next time.